am I doing? I'm listening to my favorite podcast.
What that is?
SCTT TV.
Good evening, family, and welcome to another episode of SCTT TV. And I am your host, D-Michele, and my co-host,
Akosua, how y'all doing? This is season 2. We're finishing and wrapping it up for the beginning of 2026.
Yes, and we are excited about this.
Yes, we are.
And today, we're going to be discussing our final and most dramatic character, Ivy, who was played by
Yours truly.
Yes. and Akosua. Now, after reading the script of Flowers at Christmas, what made you decide to portray the character Ivy?
Well, I love to have a variety of different characters. I've always played like historical characters or spirits and stuff like that. And this is the first time, spirits. And this is the first time I got the opportunity to play a character that I don't have anything in common with, that I know a lot of people that deal with some of the struggles that she has, and I wanted the opportunity to like not be typecast and do something different. So I was excited about the role, actually.
Oh, I love that. Now, you kind of already just answered this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are there any real life similarities between you and Ivy at all?
Other than having sisters that drive you bonkers. And that you also love very much and think very highly of as well, and have high expectations and want to be friends with. So, even the struggles in your family with secrets and things that are swept under the rug and things like that, and wanting justice. She's a different kind of rebel for me, but a rebel. So
yes,
in that
definitely.
sense,
definitely.
we relate as far as being rebels, and those things. And I don't have any of her characteristics per se, but it's my inner shadow. The one that you're like, don't do that. She do it. I could just go ahead and do it. And I have to tell myself, you can't do that. You don't do that. So she's my my shadow.
Okay. Oh, that's hilarious. Now, after playing this character multiple times, what is your take on her mindset toward her sisters?
I think that she just really wants to be understood. She wants to be understood. She wants to be comfortable with herself around them without feeling shame. She wants them to appreciate and love her for who she is and see the good in her instead of all of her discretions. Indiscretions. So she's, I think, wanting a good relationship with her sisters, but also kind of distant because she doesn't want to be judged.
Yeah, like so many of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And how hard was it to develop Ivy's various personality traits, seeing that she's nothing like you in real life?
Oh, yeah. I had to look up drunks and, alcoholics, people who are struggling mentally with trauma.
Oh, so many of those.
And tap into childhood trauma, things that scared me when I was a child, to embody her character and how she kind of reacted to certain things that she tried to hide through drugs and, promiscuity and all those things. Yeah.
Wow. And do you feel that she is a relatable character?
I think so. Yes, I really do. I think I have seen a little bit of Ivy and a lot of different people, like, and honestly, playing a character helped me to understand their struggles a little more, have a little more, give them a little more grace, have a little more sympathy.
And empathy.
Yes. Especially embodying the character. I felt like I was struggling with her struggles every day. I really embodied them. So yes, I could definitely be empathetic to someone dealing with all of her issues.
Now, Ivy is such a tragic and triumphant character. Well, in my opinion, she becomes a hero in spite of her story, in spite of her life. And how did you keep yourself from being overwhelmed by everything she had to go through? You know what I mean?
I was able to bottle it up until it was time for me to express it on the stage. So it was like it was in there, but it was in a safe, tucked away space. And then when it was time to release and feel all of those emotions, they were already there.
Wow. Yeah, and that actually brings to mind the next question. So, like on stage, particularly during the first and second time we did the production of Flowers at Christmas, there were a few times when we as actresses cried, on stage during the show, and the audience actually thought that was part of the show. It wasn't. It was it just felt so real watching her struggles. And you kind of, if you know people who've gone through similar things like that, you feel it. Now, my question is, how did you manage to stay so focused with all that?
I just really think that having someone like Lily, portrayed by June Taylor,
yes,
as such a great actress as far as getting the best emotions out of you. Like, she really made me angry. Like, she really, all of the emotions, some of it wasn't even acting. I was just really irritated with her, and I was able to express it easily through, the dialogue. But emotion-wise, she can pull that out of you in a second, and she knows how to push buttons.
Yes.
And that's that. So I give credit to her and the other cast members, which includes you as the beautiful Rose, and our many varieties of violets.
Yes.
But yes, it was like an emotional pull. Like, you were really feeling what these women were going through, and so the emotions were real. They were authentic.
They really were. Now, as Ivy, please explain how you felt about each of your sisters and why you felt that way.
I was really able to understand Violet, a person that has an unexpected type of life from where she came from. So she was, not to say that I was like wealthy or anything like that, but I had a different lifestyle from a lot of the rest of my siblings. So they couldn't, it was something to a certain level, they couldn't understand me and relate to me in some ways. And I felt like Violet, even though she did have roles sometimes, she kind of felt like the difference between her and Rose was more of, she wanted to have children, and Rose had them, and she really didn't feel like Rose deserved it. So I could understand why, a person could feel like someone has a gift and they waste it and squander it, and you're watching it. So I could relate to that. And as far as Ivy's character with Violet, I felt like Violet was this sharpened, well put together image of what she could have been if she would have had the opportunities that Violet had, and was able to keep her secrets a little better. Because Violet, she was doing the most as well, but she was able to keep hers under wraps, while Ivy's everything was exposed. She just was like really bold with what she did. So,
Right.
and as far as
Exactly.
Rose goes, as
Exactly.
far as Ivy and Rose, and their relationship, I felt like it was kind of motherly, maternal.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, it was kind of like, my baby sister. That's my baby, and it was the mother that she didn't have, that they didn't have anymore. She looked for Rose in that maternal embrace that she definitely didn't get from her bigger sister, her eldest sister Lily,
who was her hero, by the way.
Yeah,
which is so strange.
She looked up to her. She thought highly of what Lily thought of her and wanted Lily to love her. She could feel that there was animosity, that there was some kind of tension between them.
Yes.
And she didn't understand it. And Rose and Violet were trying to figure it out too. Like, why are you having, what is going on with you? Why are you so, distant from Ivy? And so, as you will know when you watch the film, you'll understand a little bit more about why Lily was standoffish in the way she was.
And also, if you seen the interview that we did concerning Lily, you'll get a little bit, but not enough to be a spoiler.
Right, absolutely.
All right. Now, as Akosua, what are your feelings about Ivy?
I felt really sad for her because knowing what she went through and that she even survived it.
Oh, yeah.
Because she had various attempts on her own, herself. She was experiencing, self-harm and didn't want to be there. And the fact that she was still there, that was a way for me to appreciate and respect her, going through all that she went through. And then, knowing what she knows and what her sisters don't, it was just interesting that she was still trying to maintain relationships with them, feeling angry about certain things that happened to her. So I commended even just that, trying to still maintain a relationship, even though she feels that these people kind of hurt her.
Yes.
They were part of the pain that she had in her childhood.
Yes.
So.
And I think despite herself, Ivy has a huge heart. She would deny it if you were actually able to ask her, but she has a huge heart.
Yes.
And let's see. Now, knowing how the story ends, maybe, is there anything you would change about her story to give our audiences a more in-depth look into this character without giving too much away?
I would love to see Ivy in a good relationship, like just a positive part of her life, so people can see like she's human. She's not always messed up, and she knows how to love. She had a actual boyfriend for a long period of time, and I would have loved to see the interaction or the way she talked to him or the way she talked about him in more detail. So that you can see the human part of her instead of the villain. She was kind of like a villain a little bit.
Well, but if you
Lily was the villain.
But if you think about it, in each of their situations, aside from Rose, maybe they all had a little villain.
Oh yeah,
but
they did.
That's survival sometimes. All right. Now, do you have any final questions for me regarding Ivy?
Sure. I would like to know, when you were creating the character of Ivy, what were some of your influences? Like, what were there friends that you knew, people that you went to high school or college, or you knew these people? Did you watch these people, or was she like a combination of different people that you know?
And that's it exactly right there. Ivy was a combination because everything she went through, as a matter of fact, that's where all the sisters came from. Situations I've seen, situations I've been in, they all kind of part of the same thing. But now as far as Ivy's trauma, I actually know somebody who went through that. Now, the way she turned out was not the way Ivy turned out. I took Ivy to an extreme because I needed people to be able to relate to that.
Yes.
And now, the person I knew, she went to the extreme, but in a different way. She did not want to be here. She never felt good enough. She was angry all the time. So a lot of that, like, you know, and going through that with her, watching her go through that, it kind of put influence into that character.
So it's kind of like you were thinking, what if she did this instead of that? And that drew out the character of Ivy. What if she reacted with emotion instead of holding things in the way we all do? Because we walk around, we're kind of ticking time bombs. You don't really know what people are really going through. And Ivy is like, another way that we relate, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and so does Ivy. Ivy is like very emotional. She feels really hard. She has very real, rigid emotions, and she just goes with it.
She keeps them harnessed, which is not a good thing. And unlike you, as I call her crybaby all the time, because she is, but it's healthy to get it out. I make fun of her, and I always will, but it's all in love, y'all. It's all in love.
They don't believe you. Y'all don't believe her, do you?
I think anybody who's known you already knows this is true. Which is actually another reason that you were excellent at playing Ivy, because your emotions are so on your sleeve and everywhere else. Makes it easier for them to come out. Even though this was a character, you treated her as she was a real person. That's where you got the emotions from. That's why you were angry and sad and depressed, you know. And so, yeah. Any other questions for me?
It was like thinking the whole time, can't you see this lady is suffering? Somebody give her some help.
Right.
Somebody reach out and help this woman. She is suffering and had been doing it for so long, and they only just saw her falling apart. And instead of looking at it like, you know, she's going through some emotional issues, they're looking at it like, oh, she's just messing up again. Look at her. Look at Ivy. She don't know how to act. She don't know how. Got all the advantages that we didn't have, and look at her just wandering it. And then she goes and gets a big bottle or something and chugs it down right after that. Poor Ivy.
But you know what? She came through like a champ. So she did not end up being poor Ivy. She ended up
how you
her
strength
around.
Yes.
Her strength of character came out.
It did.
But it takes healing
and great writing
for that to happen. Well, thank you. Did you have any final thoughts for our audience?
I'm just looking forward to seeing what you all think about, like, all of the episodes, how you all connect, all of the sisters. Like, I'm really interested to find out what you all think about these 4 ladies. And I want to know also, like, how you relate to them. Do you know anyone? You know, we are on social media. We have our YouTube channel, which you could actually watch the episodes, and then you can put a comment right under the video.
Yes.
While it's fresh. Or you can just be in dialogue with us on our Facebook page at Soul Consciousness Theater True TV. That's SCTT TV Podcast.
Yes.
I really want to know what you all think. I really want to know what you all can relate to with these characters, or how these characters make you feel, the descriptions of these ladies.
Yes.
You know.
And I guarantee, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I guarantee one of these characters, they're either you or there's someone you know and you've seen. So they're definitely relatable, because
they are.
Even though the people aren't real, the situations came from real life. And we put it out there so you can see it. You can see, if you see it in yourself, you can understand it, and you could get healing, get some help. Don't bottle it in.
That's right. So we're going to make sure that we put some numbers down for people who are struggling with self-harm and alcoholism,
everything, abuse.
Add some local numbers. We are in the Cincinnati, Ohio area, us alone, but there are 1-800 numbers that you can reach out to if you are struggling and you need someone to talk to. Because that's the one thing that these sisters did not utilize a lot is trusting each other enough to have a conversation about it. You have to be able to talk to somebody. And if it's not a relative, then it could be someone that is not judging, someone that is that's unbiased, like a therapist. Or a clergy person, a spiritual person that you can talk to.
Basically, anybody, like she said before, anybody that you know you can trust. But there comes a time when even that's got to go out the window because you got to not worry about what somebody else is thinking about you, what they're saying about you, because it's about your health and it's about your heart. So you got to take control and not worry about anything else.
I totally agree with that.
And we hope you enjoyed this podcast, this session. If you have any questions or if you just want to reach out with a comment, feel free to reach out to us at...
You can reach us on Facebook at SCTT TV Podcast, or you could follow us on our YouTube channel at Soul Consciousness Theater Troupe. And we also are, we frequently have events and things like that we'll be talking about. We have like a whole calendar of events coming up for like Juneteenth and things like that, where we'll be doing a live podcast and stuff like this. So if you ever want to actually meet us and reach out to us and talk to us, tell us how you felt about this last season 1, and what we're doing with season 2, we would love to hear from you. So yes, in person, or you can hit us up on our social media.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening and being in the room with us, in the moment with us.
Yes. And as we always say, keep your soul conscious and your vision clear.
Peace and love.
Deep conversation. There's truth in the rhythm. Feel the elevation. Soul consciousness.